Wait, this is a Cessna Caravan?
Yes.
Or then that's a Saab.
Oh, it's a type of the maker of the...
It's a type of the
Okay. I thought you just called it a Saab. Sad, but whatever. They're a lot fuller now.
Starting to get a little busier now. Things are starting to roll.
So what kind of shifts do you guys run here? Is it all evening or?
No, we actually run an afternoon pickup cycle with the couriers, an evening load on the air operations, a morning load of air operations, a morning load of the couriers all leaving, And then we do 2 day sorts for Canada Post.
Wow.
So this building is running 22 hours of 24 days.
Really?
Yeah.
But you guys, Purolator doesn't typically do Canada Post parcels and that kind of stuff.
No. It's handling and sorting of product for Canada Post between them and Cargo Jet.
Right. Oh, so all the Canada Post stuff comes through here as well for Cargo Jet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because then obviously Canada Post owns Purolator.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're doing here now is taking the product you saw that we were sorting up top,
Yeah.
sorting it to one of the main lines. This now allows us to sort to individual container at each destination. So Vancouver has a container, Calgary has a container, Edmonton's got a container. All 16 of our main sort centers, go ahead. All 16 of our sort centers all get a container. Some of them have multiple containers because of the amount of volume we're moving through. Calgary being one of the busiest.
I was gonna say which one's the busiest. I thought
Vancouver and Calgary.
Really?
Yeah. From Montreal, you could truck from Toronto.
That makes sense.
That's it. So again, we just happen to have timing. It's all quiet here. But you can see how full some of these containers are getting.
Yes. So how does a guy standing down there, Jay, know what's coming down the pipeline, how he's going to load it?
You know what? You get used to saving certain, when you set up a can, you get used to things like mailbags will go on one side, things that are large will go on another, and then after that, you just start trying to fit pieces in as best you can.
Right.
But we actually have a pretty extensive training process on how to best do the optimization and loading of a container so that, again, heavy, large objects on the bottom, lighter pieces on the top, and try to optimize the best use of the container possible.
What's the learning curve on something like that?
You know what? It's still a good couple of weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
That's still impressive.
Yeah.
I was going to say a couple of months, but training is key. Like, how much training do you guys reincur on different...
Ongoing. Yeah, ongoing. And once you're good at one, we do want to rotate you through others. So even throughout the night, you're doing multiple jobs and not doing the same thing repetitively. Keeps everyone on the toes, keep everyone a little bit fresh.
So you guys do anything, any process improvement like Lean Six Sigma?
All of that. All of that for here. You know, recently upgrading some of our platforms and stuff from a safety standpoint. New rollers that makes it easier to move the containers, but safer to walk across. All that sort of stuff is constantly getting upgraded.
Nice.
Joe Newman, Hamilton Mountain Pier Sort. Been here 25 years with the Purolator, so been here the most senior manager we have on the house, but been here a long time. We've moved a lot of freight. I don't know what else would you like me to say, I'm not sure, but we handled all the freight across the country from Newfoundland to Vancouver. We do over 40,000 pieces a night.
Yeah.
We got a lot of about 115 employees, well versed in moving freight. They've all kind of grown up in the system throughout here. I've watched them come along through their lives, since being kids to adults. Watched some of their kids come here and join our great company and be part of our teams. It's been a fabulous experience, and we love the fact that every night's a little bit different. All the challenges that can happen throughout the air system are awesome. We're dealing with weather, aircrafts, transport trucks, heavy equipment, all the things you can think of to keep yourself entertained for a night. We have a lot of challenges, but also a lot of fun experiences. The achievements are awesome because we every year we're growing as a company, and we've been able to build our people and work with them, and it's just been a fabulous experience.
So Joe, how did you get started? Like 25 years ago, when you first, how'd you decide I'm going to be working up Purolator? Like what happened?
I was running my own business for a lot of years, contracting.
Nice.
And all my friends that I had around worked for Purolator.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all my best friends, my best man, a lot of, and they were 10-year employees at that time.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, I'm good on my own. I like doing it. We had a recession hit back in the 90s, and I decided, you know what? Okay, I'll come work with you guys. I went to work for Logan Moore Street down in Toronto.
Yeah.
One of the original Purolator terminals, and it was a great experience getting to come and see what my friends were doing and work for a large company. I've never worked for another company besides myself, and I took off. Within a year, I had became a courier, did some dock experience for a year, and got offered a position to move into management. Purolator, we gave me the ability to go back to go to onboarding at school.
Nice.
You know, gave me the education to help me do this job, which was a fantastic experience to be go through that program. You know, pretty much taught from within Purolator through their learning L&D program. And I was offered a position at the Ontario Hub.
Nice.
I worked there for 5 years.
Okay.
Got to get my feet wet moving huge amounts of volume.
Yeah.
And it was a phenomenal experience, great team environment there. You know, you get your tingles moving that kind of amount of freight.
Yeah.
And to work with the staff at the Ontario Hub that's senior like that, they're, you know, 20, 30-year people, usually working 2 jobs.
Yeah.
You know, it's a remarkable experience to work with that kind of dedicated staff. And then I got the opportunity to come here and start in this facility when it was brand new.
Really?
Yeah. So
Would you do anything different nowadays?
I know, I love what I do.
Besides hanging on the beach and enjoying margaritas.
I like what I do here, and I enjoy watching the company grow. And if you look at Mount Hope and the experiences that are going here, every big industry is building right near us, with DHL building down the street, Amazon just popping in their new
really?
facility. Yep, Cargojet is now working with Amazon, so it's all happening right here at Mount Hope, and we get to have our first-hand experience right on board with that. You know, so that part I enjoy. And this building over the last 20 years has grown constantly. And to watch it grow and grow, and the next 10 years, we'll see more expansion and more ability for the customers to be able to put freight into here. You know, be able to be the first contact to working through SARS we can help all the hospitals and take care of them and get their freight there the next day. So we're dealing with all the medical and emergency equipment stuff and products across the country, and that part I take pride in, making sure people are taken care of. So.
Absolutely. Well, you know, thank you for taking a few minutes and talking a little bit about what you do and how you got here.
Yep.
And you guys, like all frontline workers, from truckers to airplane guys to you guys, we're I think across the nation, everybody across the world, that we're being all thankful more now. Like Evan and Pavel, they started their trucking company when they were 16 and 18 years old.
Yeah, same here.
Right, so they've been doing this, and they're now over 150 trucks, and it takes young people being entrepreneurs and trying something different and realize there's a different segment of the business they can.
That's how I grew up.
Exactly.
I was driving a truck I could drive a truck when I was 13. My dad had a transport truck company for his whole life.
Oh yeah.
And all my brothers ran that company. I was the one that was deciding I wanted to go do something different, as every young man sometimes wants to try.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I grew up in the transport industry.
Yeah.
And it was a phenomenal experience to be there with my family.
Yep.
And sometimes you got to go and make a new family. Join Purolator and come work with them.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. This gave me all the experience because you get the best of everything: transport trucks, planes, heavy equipment, all of it. So it was a lot more. It was more entertainment for me.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Audrey Campbell. I am a ramp supervisor, ramp manager here at the Mount Hope Airport.
What does a ramp manager do?
I'm responsible for the individuals that actually go out and load the plane.
Oh, nice.
I have just started. I'm 4 months in.
Congratulations.
So I'm still learning myself also.
Yeah. So what's the most exciting thing that you've learned so far?
Let me see. When you can't go out on the ramp,
Yeah.
okay, because we have a red alert.
Yeah.
So none of our people can actually go out and load the plane if there's lightning.
Yeah.
So we actually have an app that we actually look at, and it tells you it's a red alert and nobody's allowed to go out and do anything.
Really?
So we all got to stay in the building. We can't clear any of our cans or anything like that.
That's pretty
So,
cool.
Not cool because, everything's
It's interesting.
great,
Yeah.
but it was the newest thing. I didn't actually know that. If you don't work at the airport, there's things that you would never ever know.
Yeah.
So it's like a big deal. You cannot go out there. It's like a huge safety issue.
So how long have you been doing logistics or being in this industry?
I've been in the industry for about 22 years. I work for another courier company, but you know what? I've only been here for 4 months.
Okay.
So
So how'd you get into the industry?
into the industry.
What made you join?
Actually,
like one day where you're like, this is what I'm gonna do, or?
No, actually, I did a part-time job where it is that I was just working a couple hours a week, and I happened to just stay 22 years ago. So
There's nothing wrong with that, and you enjoy it every bit. It sounds like, to be honest, it sounds like you have a great team so far. Like Joe jumped right in when you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Joe's like, no, I got it. I think that's a big important part of where you work too, and I think a lot of people don't realize how much team effort it takes and relying on one another, because we are here all of us, like 8, 10 hours, 12 hours a day, sometimes longer, trying to making sure all this wonderful stuff gets to people's houses that we get. And I don't know about your family, but my family, they're always like, oh, what do you do? Like, how's the package get there? It's not that difficult. You just
It is
ship.
that difficult.
It is quite difficult. The whole sorting action.
And it has changed with COVID. Like, we're more essential now because a lot of people depend on this type of business to actually get a majority of their household items to them. So
Yeah.
it's a big deal now.
So out of being what you do, what other cool jobs are in here that you'd say this is like an interesting part? I'd like to try that one time.
The REOs, driving the REOs. If you watch
What
them,
are REOs?
they drive the tugs.
Tugs,
The
okay.
white tugs, and they actually move the cans
Yeah.
in and out of the building. But if you watch them, they're extremely talented. Like,
Oh, really?
they move in spots that you wouldn't think they could. They turn in ways that it's quite adventurous.
It's like your eyes light up. You're like, oh, you got the tugs. I'd love to get into one of
How do
those.
you get in that spot? But they take the cans off, the static rollers. They actually move around, but sometimes there's just a very minimal amount of space to actually move, and they actually make the turn.
Really?
They go out the building. So if you're here, actually at 1:45,
Yeah.
it would be the best time for you to watch because all these cans miraculously
Disappear.
get hooked up onto these,
Yeah.
and they get pulled out the door and cleared. But if you watch, there's a bunch of them going here and there, and they have a talent where it is they know that that person's gonna pull that one, that person's gonna pull that one. They turn, they're both going. It's an amazing thing. It's talent.
So how often do you stand? Like, I'm in awe the whole time I've been here. How often do you come out here and go, wow, like this is
The first couple of weeks was but you
Yeah.
know what? Now I'm just like I'm.
you're used to it?
Yeah,
obviously, like all good things.
It is.
Yeah. So what would you say to someone looking to get into the industry? Like where should they start? What should they do? Besides, like I've been telling Jane and everybody, besides playing Tetris, what else? What's another thing that you could be doing?
That is what you call it, Tetris.
Yeah.
They build the cans in a way that, you know what, it's a Tetra game. They learn how to build it. So, I mean, trust me, you know what, if you're going to challenge someone at Tetra, you probably win after you built a can.
There you go.
Mind you, so.
Awesome.
How would I say to get into the industry? You know what, you start at the bottom and you work your way up. I started at the bottom, like I was an administrative assistant when I started in the other courier company, so, and I just learned the business, and then you grow with it. As you learn the different jobs, you advance, like you can advance very easily, and most of these companies are really good where, I mean, promotion is from within, so it's good.
That's one thing I gotta say about the industry that we're in, logistics, is it does a good job promoting within versus always like other jobs, like you work on Bay Street, it's always like who's the best guy. No, it's always organic growth. Everybody starts off at the bottom. I know a lot of guys who are running or CEOs of big corporations of trucking companies who started off driving truck or washing trailers or whatever, and you don't find that in a lot of other industries, right? A lot of other industries, you get your MBA and you think you're the executive whatever, right?
It's, you know what, they teach you to be the better you, to be promoted within the company. And don't get me wrong, education has a lot to do with it also, but if you learn the job, that's actually a good way for you to actually get your promotion with your education. So, I mean, it's good.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
We're good.
We're awesome. We're more than awesome.
Thanks, guys. It was fun.
So, Jay, very important question. Where are some late night eats around here? Because now I'm freaking starving and I want to.
Right on.